Hello Internet, my name is TheRadimus97 and this is Napoleon Total War. This is a naval battle that was organised over me and a friend from Discord, from the Internet, in which we are seeing the British Royal Navy square off against the Spanish Armada. So there's no rules, bring what you want, just have fun, because it was organised over the internet with kind of like a decent guy, a friend, internet friend. I don't actually know the person other than through the internet. Anyway, I digress. Let's get into army comps, or navy comps I should say. So I am going, because Napoleon gives ship names, I'm going to give them, in case you want to root for any particular ship. So, to start off with, I have, in my deployment, my Admiral in an ironclad, the Mary Rose. Then I have two 122 gun heavy first rates, the Frolic and Centurion. Next up, I have three 98 gun second rates, the Randolph Cyan, I can't speak, words are hard, and the Caesar. Then over here, I have the little tiny Minerva. Look at that, that's a second rate, so not my biggest. Look at that, yeah, the Minerva, a little 38 gun fifth rate, and I'm going to put a poll up. Will the Minerva survive this fight? Yes or no? Surrendering but not sinking counts as surviving. I'll mention that. Then over here I have the Boyne, a rocket ship, and here I have the Irresistible and the Epivia, which are both steam paddle frigates. And they should all have HMS, but I'm not going to bother adding that. So then for the Spanish player, he is bringing as kind of like an escort. It's also worth mentioning that Minerva, it was kind of like a little throwaway unit. I have the money and the space. Yeah, I can't speak today. And the space for it. So I put it in, and I wanted to use its small frame and maneuverability to try and, you know, get a bit of harass off. Get some surprise attacks, since it's going to expect most of my power to come, most of my maneuverability to come from my steam battles. So anyway, back to the Spanish fleet. We have 3 sloops, escorting and acting as kind of like a throwaway, kind of like a distraction. The Peleo, the Ave de Gracia, and the Rayo. Next up, we have 4 80-gun ship of the lines. The Santa Isabel, and that one's easy. And then we get on to these 3. The Nuestra Senora de la Almudena, even? I don't know. I don't speak Spanish, but I'm going to try this. The Nuestra Senora del Rosario y San Jose? Jose? I don't know. And finally, the Nuestra Senora de la Concepción y de las Animas. I don't know how they managed to fit those names on the back of the ships, but there you go. Next up we have 2 ironclads, the San Lazaro and the Delfin Dorado. And finally, of course, his admiral will be in the Santísima Trinidad. Good old Santísima Trinidad. Right, so as you can see, my steamships are already pushing forward in versus in slow motion. And now I'm going to put it into normal speed. You know what? Let's go slightly fast forward. Just because it's still ship movement. Right, I think my steamships are just about in position. I can't be arsed saying steam paddle, so I'm just going to say steamship. But yeah, so my steam paddles are getting into position, ready to open up the fight against the sloops. But I forget that the steam frigates have really short range guns, and the sloops are actually going to outrange them. Now I'm going to try and get a broadside off here, as you can see, but it's going to completely fail because I shot just as the cannonless spot was up against the ship. And my rocket ship is going to fire on the Ave de Gracia. As you can see, my front line. So my deployment plan, my strategy, was to essentially take my first line and bring up the heaviest. They're going to go with the wind and get around to the starboard or right. I'm going to slow-mo this real quick actually. The second rates will keep going in a straight line, try and get on the left hand side. My steam paddle frigates are going to use their manoeuvrability to get behind alongside the Minerva, and I'm basically going to try and encircle and surround him. I wanted to slow-mo because, yeah, that just took a heavy broadside from the Mary Rose, followed up by the Randolph, and it's going straight into the firing line of the Frolic. So yeah, so just going to keep it in slow-mo whilst I explain what's going on here. So the steam paddles are, I said steam paddle, but I don't care. The steam frigates are making heavy way, and he hadn't got his ships grouped as I would say you usually should on a naval battle. So they're going to not go in operate in tandem, and he's trying to respond to the steam frigates at this point. So everything, his ships are just going to completely spin around and not really maintain the formation. So at this point his main focus is to bring these down since they're going in. And he's noticed that my main line is also veering off to the right. So I think he knows that, you know, the fight's going to go with the wind. And there's the Peleo getting ready to sink, and of course the Ave de Gracia. Yeah, it's on fire, it's sinking, it's gone. If you thought that would survive, I feel sorry for you. But speaking of, would you think it survives? The little Minerva is making waste. I was able to keep it out of range for the most part. He says as the Santissima Trinidad opens up on it. But yeah, so it's a low height. It managed to dodge some of the higher decks of that. Yeah, so that's trying to make way and get behind and be a nuisance. As you can see, the second rates are now really pulling the surprise move and getting in the left hand side. So his checkerboard deployment really played into my favour here, and like at this point, like straight away he was like, oh crap, you surrounded me. So he's trying to, essentially at this point he's trying to form a defensive ring to kind of respond to my surrounding. Look, little Minerva still alive. Oh yeah, I'm preparing for a broadside with the Mary Rose onto the Nuestra Senora Rosario y San Jose. But I wasn't paying attention and missed. I missed my timing. So I'm just gonna open that up. But yeah, whenever you do that you always have to pay attention, but yeah. Still get a fairly decent volley off, and now the second rates are really making way. As you can see, the steam paddles, and now they've made a full course and have got in behind. Santissima Trinidad is going to open up on the Epivievo, and then it's going to open up its port side on the Scion. So it's that thing, the San Jose. But the poor Rayo is really taking a beating now. It's the only sloop he still has. But yeah, my heavy 122 guns are now getting into position to fire on his 80 guns. I'm not. And one of his 80 guns is now on fire. And oh yes! The San Jose magazine gets caught after that heavy firepower. And it goes up in flames. And blows up. But speaking of explosions, it's funny because I was about to mention, with that surrendered and on fire, and as you can see the crew have abandoned ship, they know that thing is also about to go. And it's not looking good for the San Lazaro either. But yeah, there were several ship explosions in this fight. Oh, here we go. Get that slow-mo. Ooh, kaboom. Up it goes. Yeah, the San Lazaro trying to pull around, and it's managed to douse its flames. Scratch that fort. They surrendered and abandoning ship. She's ready to go. Yeah, little Minerva still looking pretty healthy. Coming in, sadly on the wrong side from what I wanted to do of the heavies, and now the Randolph, as to be expected, has taken a lot of damage, and that's going to start to rout now, and then it's going to surrender. It's taken too much heat. What are you firing at? Oh, the irresistible. Yeah, my steam frigates are now spinning around, and they're now on this side. Ooh, and then a nasty broadside from the Trinidad onto the Cyan. But no. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention and the little Minerva took a nasty broadside. It's gonna be money saying, isn't it? A nasty broadside. He's really trying to open up on the Santa Isabel, the 180 gun ship that I'm going to name. Now another one of my 98 guns is gonna go, and oh, still going. And another one of the Spanish ships the Santa Lazaro has now finally exploded. Nerva still going, but as you can see, not going well. Trinidad's line is trying to line up. So now I've not been paying attention and I've ended up with my heavy line accidentally winding up outside of the fight. I've been slightly careless. So now I'm trying to get my steamships round. But he has ended up with a line, but his ships are quite heavily damaged. And, you know, he's kind of reeling from that initial surrounding. And, yeah, sorry if you voted yes on Minerva surviving. The damage she took from the Trinidad, because the Trinidad did open up on it, was too much. She's gone. Which was a real shame because, you know, it was kind of like a Make-A-Wish Foundation. It didn't belong here. It was, I mean, you could say the same about them sloops, but they were also throwaways. But yeah, didn't really have a place. It did a bit of work. But yeah, she's gone. And now I've broken my arrows off because it's got from the 122 guns for Frolic and Centurion, because that can go against the wind due to it being an ironclad and having steam power, whilst they're going to have a lot of trouble. So I'm trying to bring them back to it, but the Mary Rose is going to come back much quicker if I break it off. Now I've also got the Cyan that has recovered from routing. I'm going to try and bring that back. When my micro comes to it, the Caesar, there we go. Caesar's now going to make sail. So what we have left: the Delfin Dorado, the Ironclad, Nuestra Senora de la Almudena, Santa Isabel, and of course the Trinidad. And I think that's it. As you can see, balance power starting to shift in my favour. Here are my steamships. Taking a nasty beating though, because they do only have short range guns, so they have to go into firing range, which is the major problem with them. Because they're not particularly well armoured, and they don't have a lot of guns, they only have 34. You know, compare that to the little Minerva, with its 38 guns. It does outgun them, but you know, it just doesn't outmaneuver them. Yeah, I had forgotten about my rocket ship in that initial surrounding, but now I've recovered it, like remembered that it's there, and I've got it targeted entirely on the Trinidad. Oh, nasty broadside. Oh, I've done it again. Yep, broadside onto the Irresistible. I'm trying to wheel them around. Because here comes the Mary Rose. It's pursuit stern cannons. Bow cannons even. Opening up, but the Trinidad's going to do a nice broadside. Slightly differently. Onto the Mary Rose. Oh, here we go. Yeah, that's going to hurt. Oh, but so is that. Epivia and Irresistible both not looking particularly good right now. The stern guns of the Trinidad trying to open up on the Mary Rose. He's trying to bring some of his Santa Isabel around. It's getting hit pretty hard from the Mary Rose, and as you can see, it's taken a while, but the 122 guns are on their way, and that was what he was. So if he wants to try and pull this back, he has to be able to bring down my ships before they arrive, so he can consolidate power and focus on them. Now I'm not paying proper attention, and my Caesar here isn't doing anything at the moment, so I kind of need to bring that back into the fight. But the Cyan, which is probably more damaged, is in the fight. Here we go. Nice continuous volley from the Mary Rose onto Santa Isabel. Yeah. I probably should have just left these out of it, but instead I got ballsy with my steam ships and tried to bring them through his lines. which didn't really go too well. And as you can see, the Epivia is going to start routing. The Irresistible is still going, and it's got its healthier side facing the Bat. And the Scion is moving in as well. But I'm now really starting to surround the Delphin Dorado and that one. Little Minerva still kind of making a nope, it's gone. It's completely sunk now. Yep. So I'm trying to stay away from the Trinidad with the Mary Rose for now. Bring down the Santa Isabel so that it can't support it. And also give time for the 122 guns to arrive. He's going to try and open up on the Scion. Mary Rose is going to come in for another volley roll. So my attention was focused on these two. I wasn't really paying attention to this side of the field. But fortunately the AR in the ships, although being completely incompetent, is still able to deal with the Delphin Dorado. So that's going to rout and probably, I think that's completely gone. No, I think it does come back. But I don't think it's got much in it. Yeah, now trying to really just open up on these two. Nice volley from the Centurion onto the Santa Isabel. And yeah, wavering, looking at that hull. Oh, there we go, I think that's it. It's going to rout. But if I just bring the camera around. Ignore me, that it's a support side that's damaged. But yeah, not looking too healthy, and now the starboard side is also taking a beating, and that's not coming back into this, I don't think. Yeah, the Irresistible, really making a fool of myself with it and bringing it in again. The Rayo, I did a drive-by shooting on it just to spite Potato, like the Spanish player, if you saw his name when I opened up the video. A magical potato made of magnets. What a name. But yeah, so I'm getting ballsy with this nearly dead thing. Ooh, rocket volley. Got a hit. Trinidad's going to try and go on the Frolic now. As for the Caesar, yeah, the Caesar's just busy over here. That's one of my 92 guns. The Centurion and that have both split off from their formation, but still trying to get against the wind, get back to the Trinidad, which is of course my main focus. Yep, the Irresistible now moving in, and it's not looking too good for the Siam there. But yep, ship collision, the Irresistible hitting the rout in Santa Isabel. Yeah, I was trying to say that I was shooting it, but of course it's shooting at the Irresistible there. Lovely broadside from the Frolic. Now that one of my 122 guns is back, and the starboard side of the hull is not looking too healthy for the Trinidad. Lots and lots of holes there. A rocket exploding right next to the camera. Lovely. Yeah. Yeah. That's a bit annoying that I've got the Frolic blocking off the bow of the Centurion, but oh well. Here comes the Mary Rose coming in full steam, and if I'm right, I'm actually going to use Grape Shot here. To really hammer in the damage. Oh no, I'm just using round, ignore me. See, I'm trying to hammer in with the round shot there. But it's going to cause the Trinidad to start to rout, but I can assure you it's not done. And the Santa Isabel is now actually sinking. So over here we have, well out of where both of our attention is, the Epivia has rallied. So has the Delphin Dorado. I said I thought that would rally. Probably said I thought it'd rally. I have the Almudena, and the seas are shooting at it, but no real attention being given there. Yeah, I think it was there I used Grape Shot to really open up on his crew. Just missed it. Typical of me. But yeah, I've now got these two into some kind of formation, my 122 guns, and they're going to try and bring back. There we go, there's some grape shot. This is where I open up. Getting some nice hits on the back, on the... I keep mixing them up. It's quite embarrassing. On the stern. And the irresistible is still going. The stern guns of the Trinidad trying to open onto my ironclad from Mary Rose. Trying to... I think there I was using chain shots to try and like hammer in some damage on the sails and just get that thing stuck where it is. I'm just trying to see if I can score a lucky hit on the mast and bring it down. You can see again with the chain shot, I'm just at this point trying to bring down the mast. But yeah, I've got the Trinidad surrounded anyway, so it's not too much of a problem. But I'm gonna make... He's going to wheel the Trinidad around slightly, and it's not going to be nice for the irresistible. Volley fire is going to occur on it. Would not want to be on the irresistible right now. But yeah, that is going to cause that to sink in a minute. Like the damage has been too much for it. Trinidad opening up the port. No, starboard. Oh, I keep mixing everything up. That's embarrassing. Oh yeah, so I've got the Boyne, the rocket ship. I've now changed its target because the Mary Rose is too close for comfort. So that's gonna go, I believe it's gonna start chasing the Almudena. I'm not saying the full name. I've done it once. Open up another broadside volley. Nice bit of damage there. Trinidad not looking healthy. Mary Rose very healthy. As for crew, 252 to 215. But we have what was that? Oh, it was that Spanish ship. I forgot my name already. But yeah, he has more crew, and we're both using grape shot at this point. He has more crew, but oh, that's not going to stay that way after that broadside, because I was holding fire, waiting to get it all over his deck. So 220 to 208, but wavering versus eager. It's my fight to win there. And I'm going to have the rocket ship fire another volley, and it's going to set the back of the Trinidad on fire. And yeah, as you can see, that has now sunk. But yeah, so now the rocket ship, the Boyne, is going to pick a new target. They were able to put the fire out on the back of the Trinidad, but yeah, open up another broadside because he started to rout again. But yeah, here we go, boarding is going to begin. But now it's 194 to 206. So yeah, that's going to go on there. Not much micromanagement was taking place anywhere else. As you can see, the Epivia all the way over there. Centurion, as you can see, that's rotating. I'm going to try and bring that. So now I've basically just ordered everything to try and go after the Delphin Dorado. So yeah, so everything's going after there. That's just saying it's boarding, I can assure you. Because my Admiral is there, and it would have come up heroic death. So yeah, my men are just about ready to board now. 179 to 203. The final broadside has brought it into my advantage. And again, wavering versus eager. So yeah, with stupid boarding animations of Napoleon. But I love, sorry, that just makes me laugh every time I watch this. One of my guys falls over as he lands. He's not dead, don't look, as you can see, he's getting up. Just makes me laugh how he falls over. Silly things like that. But yeah, for some reason my Marines are fighting with clubs. Don't know what's going on there, but yeah. But yeah, so they're going to win that quite easily. They're gonna swarm over. That's at Delphin Dorado. That's going to take some volleys from the Caesar and Scion. Bit of sail damage to the Caesar. But nothing compared to the Cyan. And CA, that's not how physics work. I don't know, like, but sail tear, it usually, like, the sails are quite badly animated, I have to say, like, but yeah, I don't know, like, yeah, that's just the floating bits of sail. So let's just assume that bottom sail there on the centre mast is, like, dead. Should we just assume that it's completely ripped? But yeah, so the Delphin Dorado is going to start routing. Still saying balance of power there is even on the boarding, but Trinidad has now surrendered. Oh, nice rocket hit on the side of the Dorado. So that's still routing, but it's routing at high speed because it's obviously this the thing. And then it's going to but yeah, it's going to start taking some shots from the Caesar, which has a very badly damaged starboard side, so it doesn't have many active guns to fire on it. Now if I'm right, which I not normally am, it's going to, yeah, there we go. It rallies just to fire off a cheeky volley, and then it's going to work, like, rout again. That's kind of irritating that did that. But yeah. So it rallied, fired a volley, and then routed again. Like, okay. Okay. And it kind of annoys me that gun crews just stop firing when they're routing on this. I think it'd be nice if they did continue to fire, but they would still try and sail away. So yeah, at this point, that's going to rout, and I don't think that is going to rally now, so all he's got left is the... In fact, you know, let's say it. Nuestra Senora de la Almudena. As for here, I'm just messing around, seeing if I can, like, sink this. Oh, and I missed it. As they pulled the grappling hooks off and were ready to go away, I fired my first additional volley. And then I saw that there was still some of my crew on the Trinidad, and they kind of fell off into the water. Which is a really weird thing. Quite a sight to behold, but yeah. I'm going to just fast forward it now because that is going to be it. Everything's going to focus down the Nuestra Senora, and yep, it's going to rout. So that's the end of the battle. I only lost 2 ships, the poor little Minerva and the steamship, the Irresistible. He lost 8 out of 10 of his ships, so not good for him. Just for in terms of crew kills and crew losses, I'm just going to quickly go over this. You can pause it and look in your own time. Thank you for watching. My name has been TheRadams97.